Hello students and welcome back to the mathematics class. I hope you are doing well and we are doing the chapter that is basic geometrical ideas. In the previous class we understood the meaning of angle and the meaning of triangle and we understood the related concepts. We did the questions also and some questions were given to you as a homework, and I hope you are not finding any problem in the questions given to you as a homework. But still, if you are finding the doubt anywhere, just write down so that we can have a discussion for that particular doubts that you have. Okay, so today we are moving to the next topic of this chapter, that is called quadrilateral. So that is the next geometrical figure we have, and this is also has lots of applications that we'll see later on. But very first we need to understand the meaning of quadrilateral. So in general, if you see this word has quad, which basically means 4. So in general it is nothing but a closed figure, that is nothing but a closed curve that we understood, and that closed curve is made up of only 4 line segments. So we can say it is nothing but a closed curve, and that closed curve is nothing but we are talking about polygon. So a polygon we can say, which is made of 4 line segments only. So we know polygon is also a closed curve, but we had a proper definition of polygon, that is a closed curve made up of only line segments. And if that polygon has only 4 line segments, that is it is made up of 4 line segments, then it is called quadrilateral. So how to draw? We can draw it very easily, that is you can draw any 4 line segments. You can take the help of the scale for any diagram. That will be always better if you draw the diagrams with the help of the scale. So you can see overall this is nothing but a polygon and a closed curve, and how many line segments you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So again we can give the name to different points that you are able to see in this polygon. So let the name be A, B, C, D. We always should give the name, and whenever we are giving the name, we should try to follow the sequence like A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S. It should be in a sequence that is easy to understand, okay, easy to explain also when you are doing something in the sequence. But if I write A, M, C, Q, then it becomes very complicated. So that is how we should follow a sequence. Otherwise you can give any name to this quadrilateral. So we can say this is your ABCD is nothing but a quadrilateral. That is how we can write down. Okay, now once we understood the meaning of a quadrilateral, let's talk about the different parts of the quadrilateral, and I hope the meaning is clear. So I'm not going to erase this diagram. We can take the help of the same diagram for the next one. So the next we have is parts of quadrilateral. So let's understand what are the different parts we have. So very first, it is understood A, B, C and D are nothing but the vertices or the vertex for this particular polygon that we have already understood. So we can say points A, B, C and D are nothing but vertices. Okay. Next we have the different line segments you are able to see which are forming this polygon or the quadrilateral. That is, one line segment is AB, then B to C, C, D and D, A. So let me write this B here so that you have no doubt. So your line segments are AB, BC, CD and DA, and these are nothing but the sides of this quadrilateral. So like we understood in the case of triangle also, the triangle is made up of 3 line segments only, and we had 3 different sides. In quadrilateral we are able to see 4 line segments, so we have 4 sides of the quadrilateral. So we can say these are sides of quadrilateral ABCD. So vertices of quadrilateral, that is the same thing. So I hope you understood the sides of the quadrilateral, and if you have to define, you can say like the line segments which are basically forming the quadrilateral are called the sides of the quadrilateral, which are 4 in number. Then again we can have the next thing, that is adjacent vertices. If you remember the meaning, so adjacent is nothing but the vertex which are next to each other. So next to each other, so next to A, B is there, next to A and D is there. So we can say A and D are the adjacent vertex or vertices. A and B are also adjacent. B and C are adjacent. C and D are adjacent. So we can say here, that is A and B, A and D. Then we can talk about D and C. Okay, then C and B. So I hope you understood. One is this one, A2, AB are next to each other, A and D are next to each other, C and D and D and B and C. So these are the 4 pairs we have, which are nothing but your adjacent vertices. I hope this much is clear to you. So we can say our quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 vertices, and then adjacent we know. Then we can go for the next one, that is called adjacent sides. So again we know the sides which are next to next, that is we can say 2 different sides which are having a common vertex, which is nothing but adjacent sides. So for example, if we talk about AD and AB, both are the sides of the quadrilateral with a common vertex A. So we can say AB and AD are adjacent. So we have already done the definition of the adjacent sides and all, that you should remember. But if you don't remember that much, only thing you have to take care, the sides which are having a common vertex are basically called adjacent. So here A is common for sides AB and AD. D is common for DA and DC, C is common for CB and CD, B is common for BA and BC. So we can say here your AB and AD are adjacent sides. Okay, then we can write down here AD and DC are also adjacent sides. Okay, then CB and BA are also adjacent sides. So A is common for 2, D is also common, C is also common. So I hope we have covered all AB and AD. That is A is covered as a common vertex. Then AD and DC, D is common vertex. CB and BA, that is this is also covered. CB and BA. Now C is left. So this we can say BC and CD. So we can say these are the different line segments or the sides of the quadrilateral, and these are adjacent sides. So this is one adjacent sides, another, third and fourth. So we can say we have 4 pairs of adjacent sides in a quadrilateral. So I hope you understood this also. Now let's go for the next one, that is called opposite. So next we have opposite sides. So let's understand this also. So what you see here, that is, if you see AB and CD are basically facing each other. So we can say the sides which are facing each other are called opposite sides. So AB and CD are facing each other. AD and BC are facing each other. So briefly we can say sides facing each other. Okay, so this is how we can briefly define, and here we have AB and DC. This is one pair of opposite sides. Then we have AD and BC. So only two pairs we have, one AB and DC, that is this and this facing each other, and BC and AD facing each other. So these are the opposite sides of the quadrilateral. So I hope you understood this also, opposite sides. Okay, so in general we can say opposite sides will not have the common vertex. Adjacent sides will have common vertex. That is also we can take care when you have to find out if the sides are adjacent or opposite. So you can identify with the help of the vertex also. Then we have opposite before opposite we can talk about angles. So in this quadrilateral, how many angles you see? This is one angle, this is second, third and fourth. So briefly we can say angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. This is one way we can write down, that is, we can write down angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. This is one way of writing the angles for the quadrilateral, or we can write a proper name, that is, we can give the proper name of the angle. So we know for angle A what can be written, angle BAD, for angle B ABC, for angle C BCD, and for D CDA. So we can write down, that is, the very first angle we have BAD, this angle is covered. Then we have ABC, this angle is covered. So we remember the center one must be the vertex, the common vertex. Okay. Then angle BCD, this angle is covered now, and angle ADC. So we can say now we have got four different angles of the quadrilateral. So we can say in a quadrilateral we have four sides, four vertices and four angles also. Okay. And now let's talk about the next, that is called adjacent angles. So I'm not defining these terms because we have already understood this concept somewhere. So adjacent angles are nothing but the angles which are having the common side. So for example, for angle A and for angle B, the common side we have is AB. So AB is the line segment or the side of this quadrilateral which is connected with angle A and angle B. So we can say A and B are the adjacent angles. A and D are also having a common side, AD. So A and D are also adjacent. DC is common for C and D, and BC is common for B and C. So we can define it that way, angles having a common side. So I hope you understood. So we can say here your angle A and angle B are adjacent. So I'm not writing in short, but you know how to write the angle A and B properly. Then angle A and angle B are also adjacent. Then angle D and C are also next to each other. And the last one, angle C and B. So They are the adjacent angles. You understood, I hope. The angles which are next to each other, or we can say the angles with common side, are also adjacent angles. So you can define in your language. I hope you understood this one. Now we'll go for the next term that we have related with the quadrilateral. That is called opposite angles. So you understood opposite means the angles which are facing each other. So we understood here A and C are facing each other, angle B and D are facing each other. So opposite angles are only two pairs we have. So we can say angle A and angle C. This is one pair of angles which are facing each other. So these are called opposite angles. And angle B and angle D. So this angle and this angle are facing each other, so they are opposite. And angle B and angles D are facing each other, so they are called opposite angles. So I hope you understood the opposite angles. And let's talk about the next term that we have. So let me draw it properly. So any quadrilateral, if you draw, always take the help of the scale to get a proper diagram. Okay, so that we had A, B, C and D. So the next term we have is called diagonal. So we understood the diagonal also. If the line is connected, a line segment which is connected opposite each other. So if I say here, your B and D can be connected. So we can say the line segment connecting the non-adjacent vertex or vertices. If you remember, A and D are adjacent, A and B are adjacent, but B and D are not adjacent. So if we connect if you connect the non-adjacent vertex or vertices, the line segment that we get is nothing but diagonal. So we understood somewhere in the class. So we can say here B to D is one diagonal is possible, and another diagonal which is possible is C to A. So the lines I am drawing dotted is basically showing you diagonal. So already understood, we can only draw two different line segments which are connecting the two non-adjacent vertex or vertices. So only two diagonals are possible here. So we can say here your AC and BD are two diagonals. So we can say a quadrilateral will have always how many diagonals? Two only. How many pair of opposite angles will have? Two pairs. How many pairs of opposite sides will have? Two only. How many sides we have? Four. How many vertex we have? Four. So I hope you understood this much, and we are able to also name the different sides and the angles, diagonals, and these two diagonals can intersect anywhere at a point. Let this point is O. So we can say O is nothing but the point of intersection of diagonals, that is AC and BD. So I hope you understood. So two different diagonals will also intersect somewhere, and that will always be within the quadrilateral. So we can say the point O is in the interior of the quadrilateral. So that is also to be understood. If I make any point X, if I make any point Y, so and we make any point, let it be M. So we understood point X is in the exterior of quadrilateral ABCD. Y is within the quadrilateral, that is a point within the quadrilateral, so it is interior of quadrilateral. M is on the line of the line which is dividing the interior and exterior. So we can say M is on the border line of the quadrilateral ABCD. So that is also you should know, and to find, you should be able to find out if a particular point anywhere within and outside the quadrilateral is interior exterior point or on the quadrilateral only. So we can say the point O, which is the point of intersection of two different diagonals, is also within the quadrilateral, that is, it is interior point. So I hope you understood this much, and that is all we should know about quadrilateral in class 6. Now I am moving to the exercise, and before you move to the exercise, only you should know even different types of the quadrilateral we have, that you will see in different classes. So we can have the quadrilateral such that all the four sides can be equal. We can have non-equal sides. So different possibilities we have, and based on the different possibilities, different names are also given to the different quadrilateral. So this will be discussed later on. So for example, if all the sides are equal, if you see, so here if it is A, B and C and D, such that your AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA, and also each angle is 90 degree. So if all the sides are equal and if the angles are also 90 degree, all the angles are 90 degree, then it is nothing but a quadrilateral called square. So this will be done, but you should know even quadrilateral has different types depending upon what kind of quadrilateral we have, what angles we have, what sides we have, if the sides are the way they are facing each other. So based on all things we'll have different types of the quadrilateral later on, not in the class today. So I'm quickly moving to the exercise that we have, that is the exercise we have number 4.5 from NCERT. So again I will not do all the questions, I will do one or two, and rest you can try, because I hope you are able to understand the concept. So it says that draw a rough sketch of a quadrilateral PQRS, draw its diagonals, name them. So very first let's do this much, and it has 2 or 3 parts. So very first it's asking to draw a quadrilateral PQRS. So the name of the quadrilateral is given, so draw any quadrilateral very first and give the name according to the question. So quadrilateral I have done. Now it is saying the name has to be given, so the name has to be given is PQRS. So always remember you have to follow the sequence PQRS. I can write the P here, but PQRS. So you can start from anywhere. You can start P from this point, or this point, but you should follow the sequence this way or this way. That is to be taken care. Next thing is draw its diagonal also. So we know the line segment connecting the opposite angles, we can say, or opposite vertex we can say, will be the diagonal. So you can draw the solid line, you can draw the okay. So very first let's write down what we have done. So PQRS is quadrilateral according to the question given to us. Then we are getting the two different diagonals. So the diagonal name can be given PR or RP, QS or SQ, anyone. So we can write down PR and SQ are diagonals. So this is all the solution I am doing now. Now after this it is talking about is the meeting point of the diagonals in the interior or exterior of the quadrilateral. So now it is asking the point where the diagonals are intersecting each other, that is meeting together, that point is the interior or exterior of the quadrilateral. So you understood this is the point, and let this point be O. So first write down O is point of intersection of diagonal, that is PR and SQ. Now it is understood this point is within the quadrilateral, so it must be the interior. So and we can write down lies within quadrilateral. That is, it is interior point. So I hope you understood. That's the only question that was given to us. Okay, so it is the interior point, that's the interior of the quadrilateral. Now question number 2 is given to us, somehow similar to question number 1. So I hope you understood this question now. It's very simple. Only draw and name the different diagonals and the name of the quadrilateral. So number 2 is given to you, that I'll do 50%, rest you have to do yourself. Again it is asking you to draw the quadrilateral KLMN. So the next quadrilateral has to be given the name KLMN. So first draw the quadrilateral and then we'll give the name, and then we'll see what is to be done later on. That is how mathematics has to be done, going the sequence one by one. Where topics and sequence will be clear. So very first let it be K L M N. So this we done. Now it is asking to name two pairs of opposite sides, two pairs of opposite angles. So very first we understood this is a quadrilateral. We are asking to give the names of two pairs of opposite sides. So we understood KN and LM. So KN and LM, these are the one pair of sides which are opposite to each other. We can write down KL and NM. One thing you should take care, like for example I have given the name KL, so other side you must give NM, don't give MN. So follow the sequence. If you are moving from left to right, move left to right, other side also. If you are moving from right to left, move right to left, other side. That is to be followed in mathematics to make the things simple and proper. Okay. Then B is we have to name the two pairs of opposite angles. So you understood here, this is one pair of angles which are opposite each other. So we can give either write K and angle M, or we can give the proper name L and LKN. So we can say the first pair we have angle L, K, N and LMN. So again I started from L for this angle, start from L for the other angle also. So L, M, N. So we got this. So these two are opposite angles, and the rest we know Ln and also. So now N is, so we can give the name angle K and so K and M, this angle is covered and we have to give another one. So again start with K, KLM, angle KLM. So these are the two different opposite sides, that is pair of two sides which are opposite to each other, and these are the two pairs of angles which are opposite to each other. So I hope you understood, these are opposite sides, these are opposite angles. And I have already said, if you write this way that is better, otherwise even if you can write down angle K and angle M, that is also okay, not to worry, but if you can follow this all the time, that is always a better option. Okay, so that is all done from my side today. Rest the questions we have, try you yourself as a homework, so that you can also learn how to do the questions. So I'm not writing the complete question here. So the homework you have today is question number 2. B I have done. So C and D part you have to do yourself, and question number 3, complete question. So question 3 some are based on some kind of activity that you must try, and with the help of the activity you have to give the answer. So that is all we have today. We understood the meaning of a quadrilateral, the different terms related with the quadrilateral, that is the different parts of the quadrilateral, and we also did the questions based on the same, and I hope you understood all the things. But still, if you have any doubt, just write down so that you can ask and can discuss with me anytime. So just take care, be at home, thank you, and Hari Om.